nutrition is required. That is why on the back screen of my screen, you see the topic is supplements, what you need to know. Now, most people that have been in Herbalife for some time assume that we know everything. So a couple of things I will tell you today. You may not really enjoy it or like it, but I want to be realistic because we work in a world which is full of information. In fact, there is information overload. So please understand, whenever you meet a customer from today onwards, imagine he is better informed than you, better educated than you, and he knows more about nutrition than you do. That may not be true for most cases, but it can be true for somebody. So what I wanted to tell you was one of my, obviously, always remember your uplines, always remember your sponsors, and always understand that your sponsor too has a sponsor. And ultimately, this sponsor chain finishes with Mark Hughes, who sponsored people into the business, who sponsored more people into the business, and who ultimately sponsored you or me or even Rajuji into the business. So always be under great, tremendous gratitude to your uplines, because without their initiative, we would not have the opportunity, A, of better health, B, of extra income, but 3, to become better human beings, because it's not about the money you make. It's about the process of becoming better as you grow bigger and more successful in Herbalife. And the biggest asset, in my opinion, to people who are already successful like Rajuji is that gives us an opportunity to become better human beings. And that everybody needs. In this world, all we need is 8 billion good human beings, and we will have everything positive for us. So, like I always say, don't just follow what I say. Understand, think, and then implement with your sponsor's concurrence. We give you our opinion based on our belief, and it may not be what you believe in. So anything I say today is for making you think, not making you change overnight. So please be patient, learn, and implement only after consultation with your upline sponsors and your team. Now, Frederick Nest is one of my personal favorite philosophers because he talks wonderful things. And so today I wanted to start with his quotation. He says, if you have a why to live, you can bear any how. And this applies to doing Herbalife as a business or using the product, getting up into the morning, having a shake, being a part of the fit club. Why would anybody get up every day in the morning for the rest of his life and start exercising or having a shake? It's because they understand the why of doing it. And so today we will focus on why anybody needs Herbalife nutrition products. Now, of course, I am biased in favor of Herbalife nutrition because I have been with Herbalife for 22 years. My entire family, including my daughters and my in-laws, parents and grandparents, everybody has been using these products. So when you start being a part of Herbalife for so long, over 2 decades, you tend to have a natural bias in favor of Herbalife. But today I want you to understand that what we do, what Rajuji does, what Cynthia ji does on a daily basis, it's not just bias, it is science. And that science, if you A, understand, and B, explain to people around you, you'll probably do a better job. Now, health has been having the same definition since 1948. In 1948, before I was, or any one of you probably on the call was born, WHO defined health like this: physical, mental, social well-being, not merely absence of disease or infirmity. Today we live in times of increasing viral infections, increasing problems, increasing health challenges, but we are lucky because we also live in times of increasing awareness, and we also live in times where there are solutions to our problems, unlike maybe 100 years back where we knew the problem but we didn't know what to do. Please understand, it's your life, so take care of your health. It's your life and your health. We are wellness consultants and wellness coaches, but we have to understand that wellness is not one simple thing. Healthy weight, it is not that. It's an 8-dimensional thing where emotion and physical well-being are the center of our existence. But we also have to focus on financial well-being, occupational well-being, intellectual well-being, and whether you like it or not, sooner or later in our opportunity, you have to be social person, you have to worry about the environment, and you have to sooner or later be spiritual. All these 8 dimensions, when they are in tandem with each other, when they are in synchronization with each other, we feel and behave well. And every one of these dimensions, whether it is emotional, whether it is physical, whether it is financial, intellectual, occupational, social, environmental, including spiritual, is addressed by Herbalife International. So when you work with Herbalife, you address all the 8 dimensions of wellness that science says we need to have. Because in routine life, it's not balanced. For an average person, self-wellness is neither balanced nor round like I showed it. So some people are financially well off, but don't have the intellectual or social or emotional capacity. Some people are not mentally as agile, as healthy as they should be. Some people have physical challenges. Some people don't do well, causing what is called, people don't sleep well, they are perpetually tired, and they have poor concentration, they are always fatigued. Now, in science, these are not diseases. Feeling sleepy is not a disease. Being tired is not a disease. Having poor concentration is not a disease, but it is not a part of wellness. So when you and I focus on our customers, when we talk to people, when we do a presentation, when we explain what we do, please focus on things that go beyond disease and drugs and medicine. Focus on wellness and teach people how to be self-well, how to have a balanced, well-formed wellness in their entire lives, where they have energy, they are not drowsy, they have full concentration, and they sleep only at appropriate times and wake up fresh. Now, our focus always was, when we started at least 21 years back, was on food, was on diet. As we grew in the business and as science developed, people understood exercise was important. So once upon a time, the focus was just eating your way to wellness. Today, we understand at least 20% of our wellness is physically active person eating well. So if you want 100% good health, focus on what you eat, but focus on being active. And by God's grace, you have a great virtual club, you have fit clubs, you have people that encourage you to teach you to exercise, even if it is just a dance class or a Zumba class, or a feeling of happiness together, celebrating successes, celebrating customer days. So you have a lot of physical activity going on along with diet. That is why we offer 100% composite picture to wellness. Now, all of you have understood this from the beginning, but I wanted you to refocus on one thing, that if you want to feel well, nutrition plays a very, very, very big part in wellness. You all know sickness is precipitated by bad nutrition, but most people don't understand that wellness is the result of proper and good and healthy nutrition. So when you people talk to a retail customer, don't just pitch selling a product, pitch the concept of good nutrition leading to wellness and poor nutrition leading to sickness. Everybody understands this. A well-nourished person will always feel better than a poorly nourished person. People know plants that are adequate sunlight, adequate water, adequate fertilizer grow well. You don't have to be rocket scientists to explain the concept of nutrition causing wellness. But if you do mention it in your presentation, it reinforces what a person who is here to take a look at what we do understands this. This is the science of why protein, vitamins, and minerals are important. And I am not saying you have to get them just from Herbalife or by supplements. I am just saying, please understand the science that if protein, vitamins, and minerals are now available to cells which are becoming new or healthy cells, you will have healthy disease. But if our diets are deficient in vitamins and minerals and protein, we cause poor quality of cells to form, which leads to degeneration and aging. So the process of aging properly and gracefully is acceptable, but it is based on adequate diet, in human body. This is a slide from Science. It's not my slide, which says well-nourished cells lead to a well, good-looking, well-functional human being. So nutrition has always been important. It is even more so now because our cells are under attack from infections. We have COVID of a third strain and a fourth strain and a fifth strain. We have heart disease, we have tuberculosis, we have a lot of disease around us. Each of these diseases will do better if they are in a person who is well nourished. So we eat food because we like the smell, we like the taste, we like how it feels in our mouth. But the body doesn't understand this. As soon as you eat something, the process of breaking it down into protein, carbohydrate, fat, vitamins, and minerals starts in the mouth. It is the saliva which starts the process of digestion. So it's not going, you're going to eat and after 2 hours, the body will realize. No, what you eat, the body instantly says, wow, this is something good. This is terrible what you are eating. So Eat Right is a campaign run for young children in Britain and America. And I wanted you to adopt that for your lives and teach people how to eat right, not just to sell Herbalife supplements or Herbalife products. We need to teach our customers what is eating right. Because every single thing you and I do today and tomorrow and all our lives is directly linked to our diet. If we have adequate, well-nourished, nutritious diet, our behavior is better, we learn faster, our decision-taking capacity is better, our performance is better, our quality of life. I am not saying only longevity, I am saying quality of life, vitality is better. And obviously, growth and fertility are directly dependent on the nutrition that we eat and drink. Now, science says that people who have stressful jobs need more nutrition than average. I don't know anybody who has a job and the job is not stressful. I think by definition, job means just obey boss. So it is stress is inbuilt into a job. How can you control your work environment? You are in offices which people are smoking, there is noise, there is air pollution, the water you drink is not healthy. So by definition, all work environments are unhealthy unless you change them. If you don't smoke, somebody else blows smoke into your face and causes passive smoking. Alcohol now is socially accepted worldwide and in India too. We encourage you to exercise. We want every one of the persons, 330 persons on this call, to be athletes, which means by definition, we want you to have more nutrition. Your demand for nutrition has gone up because you are physically active. I hope all of you live to 100 years. This is my New Year wish for you. All of you live to a healthy 100 years. You will be elderly one day, don't worry. But we want you to be healthy elderly people, not sick elderly people. 50% of population is women. Hopefully one fine day, they will have babies, they will breastfeed their babies. And so 50% of population, there is higher need. And people who have bad health need better nutrition. So if you look at this slide, what are you looking at? You're looking at almost 100% of population around you needing more nutrition. Forget the basal nutrition. Forget the 1 to 3 I told you. You and me, we need more nutrition than an average person does because we lead in times of stress. We are afraid of infections. We are afraid of wearing a mask. We cannot go out into cricket grounds, cinemas, gyms, stadiums because it is prohibited. Naturally, the stress has gone up. Staying in a home, stress has gone up. So all of us need better nutrition than our predecessors did. The challenge is this. Science says eat less but eat enough. Now, how does an average human being decide how much to eat? Science says stay hydrated, but they don't say what hydration means. Science says supplement diets, but they don't say what supplement we should take. They say eat whole foods, but most of us are used to eating broken down foods. We are not used to eating a potato as potato. We are used to eating it as potato curry. We are not used to eating rice as rice alone. We are used to crushing the rice and making a idli vada dosa out of it. We are not eating fruits per se with our teeth. We are cutting them into small bits and then eating them and having them as shakes and grated cheese. We are drinking juices, not eating whole foods by temperament. How to limit sugars? Sugar is so interesting and attractive. Everybody loves a chocolate or a cake or a mithai or whatever. And of course, we want to stay active. Who doesn't want to stay active? But sometimes work is too much. Sometimes my joints are paining. Sometimes the weather is cold. So level of activity falls. I want you to understand this point one by one because this is important. If you are taking notes, write down these 6 points because this is how you retail a Herbalife product by explaining to a customer that what he is supposed to do scientifically and then saying why it is difficult for him to do unless he listens to us. So eat less, yes. So how much should we eat? Now, I don't know about you, but I know this year the American Dietetic Association said women should eat 2,800 kilocalories and men should eat 4,500 kilocalories provided they exercise and burn it off. Now, traditionally, Indian diets and Indian charts are made for 1,800 kilocalories for women and 2,100 kilocalories for men. That is already outdated and obsolete concept. Look at my wife, for example, Lavlina. Today, she has been working since 7. She went, did a fit club, then she ran the nutrition club. Now she is doing a surgery. In the afternoon, she will see patients. Do you really expect her to behave like a housewife and eat like a housewife? She is not a housewife. You look at women in your life. You look at women on this call. They are entrepreneurs. They are business builders. They run a home. They run a Herbalife business. They manage their bad husbands like me. They manage their naughty children. They have too much stress. It wasn't once upon a time where everything our grandmother had to do was cook food and worry about the family. Just imagine if my grandmother had to see patients, had to run an OPD, had to run a nutrition club, and then also cook food. It was too much, really. So, yes, can she do that if she is well nourished? Yes. So, today science says don't differentiate between men and women based on gender. Determine their requirement of food based on their level of activity and physically and mental agility. And when we used to teach cut back 500 kilocalories, we used to think it was cutting back on food. Today, science says no. Teach them to burn 200, 300 extra calories and cut back just 200 calories from the food they eat. And that too from their ideal weight. So this 60-40 split when reducing calories will help you do a better job of counseling patients if you tell them, be more physically active to burn calories so you can eat more. The more you eat, the more you burn, the less weight you retain. The philosophy is not eating less. The philosophy is burning more. And today in 2021 and 2022, science is saying forget calories, forget weight, focus on body composition and the source of calories. Because a calorie is not a calorie, I'll just show it to you also again. So when you are retailing to a customer, encourage them to be physically activity, even if it is going up and opening the door yourself, not using the lift, going up flight of stairs, getting off the car half a kilometer ahead of the home, going to the market walking, lifting a little 5 kg bag of whatever sabzi or dal or atta and chawal so that they are using their muscles. Encourage activity to burn calories rather than starve them from calories. Second thing, please understand, we have always told you drink a lot of water. The training was for every 20 kilogram body weight, drink 1 liter of water throughout the year. But I want you to understand, we are encouraging to exercise. Exercise means you will sweat. Sweat means you have to compensate for what is called the sweat factor. And in India, the sweat factor is 1.5 to 2 liters. So every one of you on this call needs to drink 20 kilogram is equal to 1 liter plus 2 liters for the sweat. Because we hope you will be a part of the fit club. We hope you will exercise. We hope you will be active. If not in 2021, for 2022 for sure. So just imagine, drinking water is important. Most people say, oh, I drink tea and coffee and I eat a curry. Yes, 25% of the water you drink comes from the food, but 75% has to be physically drunk from a glass or a bottle. So please encourage yourself, your family members, and your attendants, patients, whoever you see to drink more water. People are afraid that if they drink too much water, their sodium and potassium will fall. That is not true. Human kidney is capable of filtering 21 liters of water in 24 hours. I don't know anybody who even dreams of drinking 21 liters. You people just drink 6 liters. That is good enough. Forget it. If you drink 6 liters and you are healthy, you will have no challenge with the kidney. People who have kidney disease should listen to their doctors. But people who have healthy kidneys can easily run through 21 liters in 24 hours. I am saying just drink 6. Supplement diets world over. This is WHO in 2000. Today it is 21 years down the line. In 2015, the dietary guidelines for American, now we have one for 2020 also, says this: focus on food as the primary supply of nutrient. But many things, essential vitamins and minerals and fiber, are not found in modern human diet. So please supplement after you consider the safety of the supplement. So science itself encourages supplementation today. Should you eat for pleasure? Yes. Should you eat for taste? Yes. But you need to supplement for health and optimum performance and optimum wellness. Now, science says eat whole food. I put you a photograph of the whole food. I don't know anybody who has eaten food like this in the last 1 week, 10 days, 20 days, 1 month. I haven't done it myself, so forget this. Who eats so much fruits and vegetables, avocados and eggs and spinach? We have a lot of sweets to eat and chocolates to eat. So why would we want to eat tomatoes and potatoes and broccoli? So please understand, yes, sure, theoretically eating whole food is a good idea. In practice, slightly tough. You should limit sugars. And I am giving you the scientific reason why you should limit sugars. Because diabetes risk goes up, liver problem, heart is bad. Sugar causes depression. Sugar affects brain health. Sugar causes you to feel less comfortable, sleepy. So yes, sugar is a bad thing. But look where the sugar is. 31% is in snacks and sweets, 47% in drinks. Soft drink, fruit drink, energy drink, sport drink, tea, coffee, alcohol, everything is sugar. So even the fact I am focused on not having sugar in my salt, in my tea or whatever, I get a lot of sugar from the food that we eat. This is US FDA, which says 10% of calories should be added sugar. But look where it comes from. I invite you to my home, offer you a cold drink, it's sugar. I say, will you have a cup of coffee or tea? You say yes, it is sugar. You say, I want healthy fruit juice, it is sugar. You say, I have tired from the gym, let me have a sports drink, it is sugar. So please understand, sugar is now inbuilt into modern human diet. So limiting sugar is more theoretical than practical unless you are conscious of it, unless you understand what you have to avoid. Science says stay active. Now in times of COVID for last 2.5 years, where going from home to work, walking, gymming was all stopped, where could you be active? So I give you 4 suggestions how you can stay active because you are like me, working from home people. First, learn to exercise every day with Fit Club, with virtual clubs, with Herbalife concept. It is easy to get up in the morning, switch on your computer screen and wave your hands and do whatever you do the whole 40 minutes, 45 minutes. You have to learn to go out of your home into your lawn, sit in the sun, spend times indoor. And when you are not able to go indoor, use the stairs in your home to go up and down. Walk from one room to another. Go and switch on the television yourself. Go to the kitchen and fling water yourself. Don't ask help. So incorporating movement into daily life is important because previously we used to go to office, sit in the office 9 to 6 and there was no time. But today you are at home, most of you, you have an opportunity to work in one room for 1 hour, then take the computer to another room and take the laptop to the third room. Be mobile. So you have to stay active. There is no reason for people who are working from home not to be active. So I showed you a 4-step stay active schedule for a reason. And if it applies to you, it applies to your customers, it applies to everybody around you. Now, when you go to a doctor or when you go to a person who loves you, they will say, health, it is simple. Eat organic raw food, drink pure water, breathe fresh air. But these are all utopian concepts which do not apply to modern people. In 2002, American Medical Association told Americans take a daily multivitamin because yes, your food may have good vitamins and minerals, but it is not enough to prevent chronic health diseases. For chronic health issues, you need supplementation, which is why today supplementation is the largest growing business in the whole world. Not because we are pushing the supplements, but because people understand their regular diets are bad. We eat food, but we eat for pleasure, we eat for taste. Our foods don't have enough protein, don't have enough vitamins, minerals, have too much carbohydrate, have too much of the bad fat. So yes, we are getting all macro and micronutrients, but in the wrong proportion. Wives don't have time to cook food because they are busy being professionals as we should. The quality of food has decreased, the quantity has gone up. Once upon a time, grandmothers used to sit in the sun and pluck palak leaf by leaf, peel the potato, cut the bindi. Now, who has the time? Everything is put into a blender and that's it. So, we are now asking remotes to run the television. We are opening doors from remote. We are going to the market on scooters. We are not active at all because we don't have the energy to be physically active. I don't need to go out of my home to fetch water. I don't have to go into the jungle to get wood. I don't have a toilet which is 2 kilometers away from my home. So please understand, our lifestyles because of modernization has become inactive and we should not be succumbing to them. Also, I told you a calorie is not a calorie. So if broccoli has 150 kilocalories, so does an ice cream. But the difference is the 150 calories from an ice cream or a ice cream cone are not as healthy as 150 calories from broccoli. In broccoli, they come from different sources and vitamins and minerals and are nutrient dense, while as it's just sugar, sugar, sugar. We started with 100 ml of Coke or cold drink. Today, 5 liters, single shot. So what food industry has done is supersizing the food. And by the way, the first Coke was made as a treatment for headache and psychiatric disorders. It was not food, it was medicine. Or Hippocrates has written, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. This applies to Coke and Pepsi because they were designed for sick people, not for healthy people. Today, only healthy people drink this, or so-called healthy people. You have food that has no protein, no vitamin, no mineral, but loaded with calories, called empty calorie food. So biscuits, jams, jellies, chips, French fries. Now, I'm not saying don't ever eat them. I'm saying understand that when you have a cake or a biscuit or a donut, you are having food that gives you pleasure, that has a lot of sugar, but it doesn't have protein, vitamin, minerals. So it's an empty calorie food. Look at the sugar content of a simple aerated drink. It doesn't matter what brand it is. 1 liter has equivalent to 12 to 15 spoons of sugar. Imagine having a cup of tea with 15 spoons of sugar. If you have a Coke of a cold drink, that has 9 spoons worth of sugar. So all is sugar, sugar, sugar. And this is bad. Look at newspapers. If you read a newspaper, it is depressing. This morning, the news in Delhi is that COVID has gone up by 200%. What they are not telling you, in a city of 1.53 crore people, only 40 cases. 20 became 40, the number became 200%. But genuinely, if you see, there is chemical in food. Milk is on cancer list. This is from Uttar Pradesh. Outlook says how to detoxify your food and make it safe. But it says from dal roti to fruit, almost everything we eat is dangerously contaminated. Forget food. The subsoil water is contaminated with chemicals. So if you and I read these newspapers, live in this environment, we are exposed to so-called negative food. We don't have nutritious food any longer. This is the definition of modern food. 51% of food an average human being eats is processed and refined. 51%. Only 7% of our daily food is fruits and vegetables. Of course, dairy and animal foods are 42%. So please understand, modern food is designed for us to fall sick, not to feel healthy. 13 cancers are linked to obesity and overweight. I had to explain to a PhD yesterday that obesity and overweight are two different things, because we were talking about cancers, and he said even thin people get cancers. I said yes, so he said but your slide says overweight and obesity. So I said yeah, obesity is a problem with thin people because they're only fat, not enough muscle. You as Herbalife distributors should learn to separate overweight, which is a mechanical term of kilogram, to obesity, which is the percentage of fat in human body. In women, the breast cancer is linked to having too much fat, not enough muscle, distinctly, without a doubt. So obesity is the cause of 13 cancers, and obesity is not overweight. Obesity is over fat, weight for weight. That is why you have something called sarcopenic obesity, where the muscle is less, fat is too much. Versus a person you said, say, oh, he or she is fat. Yes, he or she might be fat, but don't underestimate a thin person who is all fat, no muscle. They have the same health risk. Indians have bigger fat cells compared to the so-called Gora people. This comes from Dr. Anup Mishra, this slide, where he shows that our fat cells are 3 times the size of Americans, 3 times bigger fat cells. Now, when we talk about supplementation of customer, he says, oh, they are trying to sell Herbalife to me. I want you to understand, no, we are not trying to sell Herbalife to them because we make a profit. We are selling Herbalife to them because they need the product. Why they need the product? Because only 2% of people get servings of fruit. 98% of people don't eat adequate fruit and vegetable raw. This figure probably in India should be 99.99%. Only 0.001% in India get adequate servings of fresh fruit. So if the fruit is lacking, vitamin minerals are lacking, where do they get energy? When people take supplements, they feel 51% of them feel better. 27% have better immunity. 30% people realize their food is bad in nutrients, let us compensate. 25% people have better bone and heart health. So people are taking supplements, and this is not Herbalife supplement, any supplement we are talking about. We have to understand people take them because they benefit. Nutrition has declined in the crops significantly. Up to 40% of vitamin B12 is lost in diet in the last 50 years of the last century. In 2000, it must be even worse. By the way, the number one killer in the world is diet and nutrition deficiency related degenerative diseases. Sure, there are other comorbidities, but the number one cause of death is not enough nutrition in human diet. When we talk of supplements, people say, are they safe? Of course they are safe. No death, I am repeating, no death has been reported from nutrition supplements, homeopaths, or vitamin, mineral, amino acids. And this is from 2017 journal. In the last year, not even one death was reported to American Center for Disease and Poison Control. Zero death, zero. Multivitamins and vitamins are absolutely safe. I am not saying they are absolutely useful always. Please understand, some supplements may be totally useless, but they are not harmful. There is a difference between killing people and not giving them the benefit we promise. Most supplements may not adequately fulfill the promise of what we want to do, but we don't kill. There is not even one scientific study that shows this food is complete in vitamins and minerals. So this is what you must tell your consumers. Yes, we understand the fact that you like to eat regular food. We ourselves eat regular food, but we eat it because of pleasure, taste, calories. But we don't live under the false impression that my idli, vada, dosa will give me all the vitamins, minerals that I need. For that, I need to supplement. Now people say, oh, ho, but tell us natural supplements. We don't want to eat these tablets, powders, and pills. I am telling you, there is nothing called natural supplementation. Supplementation is always optimal. It varies from day to day, from state of health to age, to level of activity, to mental stress. When I'm stressed, I need more nutrition. When I'm relaxed, I need less nutrition. So focus on creating an environment for optimal nutrition. Now, science said RDA, and if you have recently realized, yesterday Herbalife has changed its formula 2 to formula 2 plus. And as we go along, more and more uh, product changes and label changes will take place, hopefully thanks to Rajuji and his guidance in the S&P. But please understand, RDA was when your children got 35, 40 marks out of 100 and were promoted to class. Is that enough? The answer is no. What do you want? Your child to get 100 out of 100, and that's called optimum nutrition. So when you are looking at RDA, you are looking at passing levels of vitamins and minerals. When you look at optimum level of nutrition, you are looking at peak performance. You are looking at a topper in the class. What is the difference? Tremendous. This applies to animals, this chart. And it is important for you to understand, if it applies to animals, it applies to us. So there is something called marginal nutrition, something called requirement, something called optimum requirement, of course, something called excess also. So vitamin levels have to be optimum. It is not enough to have marginal or deficiency preventing levels. Vitamin E in your product omega 3, RDA is 10 to 30 IU, but you need 400 IU to be in good health. Now imagine but if you want peak performance, 400. Vitamin C was the first nutrition deficiency linked disease by Captain Cook in 16th century. He realized because of lack of vitamin C, his soldiers were bleeding from their gums. All it took was one nimbu pani, lemon water, and their gums stopped bleeding, but that didn't make them in peak health. Today, Linus Pauling Institute and Linus Pauling won Nobel Prize in medicine when he postulated that vitamin C could prevent influenza and viral infections. And currently also you are seeing a resurgence in vitamin C because people are saying vitamin C 60 milligram to prevent bleeding from gums, 4 grams to be in peak health. It's tremendous difference. What is happening to fruits and vegetables? Japanese are even more fastidious than Indian. They measure the vitamin C content in palak of 100 gram. 1950 it was 150 milligram. In 2010 only 3 milligram. If the palak has no vitamin C, what can you and I do by eating palak? Just think for a minute, our food lacks the nutrition that I need. So I cannot depend on food to give me the nutrition. You always heard an apple a day keeps the doctor away. In 1985, one apple was enough. In 2015, 5 apples. In 2020, maybe 6. Next year, you cannot prevent anything when you eat the apple. You can eat it for taste, but it's not to help you because it lacks the essential nutrient because it's now genetically modified, mass produced, good looking, but not nutrition. So you need to learn as Herbalife associates to customize weight management. There is no human being which matches another human being. 8 billion different people need 8 billion different programs. So yes, initially we used to tell you when you want to cause weight loss, just give them a shake for breakfast, shake for dinner and one meal and they will lose fat. That is correct. But that is not what modern good Herbalife assets do. You should learn to customize the program according to the customer's weight, according to his dietary preferences, according to his level of activity, according to his gender. You should encourage lifestyle changes. You should explain to them that we want to get rid of excesses in your normal diet and make up for the deficiencies. And you will be exposed to bad air, bad water, bad food. It is going to create toxicity in your body. We need to continuously remove those toxins and detoxify our body. That is what we as a group, as a team, as Herbalife Associates need to do. Learn customization, learn lifestyle changes, learn correcting imbalances, and learn to detoxify. Now, the damages in the food are because of cooking also. And in any case, they don't have enough vitamin mineral. We have to provide a solution, which is why the concept of wellness started in 1950s. But today it is the #1 focus of everybody. It doesn't matter whether you have diabetes or not. You want to be a healthy diabetic. It doesn't matter you have cancer or not. You want to be a healthy cancer patient. You want to feel well. You don't want to feel sick all the time without having a disease. That is why the concept of wellness is healthy lifelong. We want everybody to be healthy till they are alive to do what they want to do, play cricket, play football, whatever. And plants suffer from nutrient deficiency, so do we. So understanding nutrition is very, very, very important. And I have covered this already. So I'll just rush through the fact that you need micronutrients, you need proteins, you need vitamins, you need minerals. All of you know this. All of you understand this. And that is why please understand the concept that as we cut back in calories, the obesity rates have gone up. It is not that you eat less fat. This is a chart that calculates the fat consumption per American and the obesity rates. Interestingly, as the fat consumption declined, the obesity rates went up. Your being obese has nothing to do with your fat consumption. Good fat is necessary, is necessary, is necessary, because vitamin A, D, E, K will not be absorbed unless you have adequate fat in diet. So please don't be under the impression having a low fat diet is healthy. It is not. Why you supplement is maybe for B12, maybe for omega-3, maybe for iron, maybe for vitamin C. Till now, we did not have iron in our products. Now, in the new formulation of Formula 2, we not only have iron, but we have magnesium and manganese also. So, we have come up with a very fortified multivitamin, which is a good idea. But, and I told you, some things I say are controversial. Not every multivitamin you see in the market works. Nutrition levels of vitamins and minerals in fruits and vegetables are falling. But we know if your diet is rich in fruits and vegetables, you decrease the risk of disease and death. All commercial vitamins are chemical made, lab made. Herbalife, predominantly natural. But I have heard many say we are totally natural. That is not true. We have some emulsifiers, some stabilizers, which are chemicals. You understand? And please understand, when you have a laboratory made vitamin C, it is radically different than vitamin C from an orange. So all of you should practice and encourage your customers to get as much vitamin and mineral from food as possible, but also understand it is impossible to get adequate nutrition from sabzi roti dal. You will need to supplement, whether you like it or not, whether you can afford it or not, whether you understand it or not. Supplementation is the future of human wellness, and you are the forebearers of human wellness attempt. Herbalife Nutrition created this 40 years back. Since then, we have also learned a lot of things. But one thing has been consistent. The requirement for nutrition has gone up, not gone down. So when in 1980, Mark Hughes started the concept of nutrition, it might have been new, but it was required. Today, 41 years down the line, it is even more important that you and I understand the concept of nutrition, because the global nutrition philosophy, 30-30-40, this is the most scientific method of giving macronutrients to human beings, and it is within the acceptable range set forth by Institutes of Medicine and National Clinic. There is something called AMDR, which is acceptable macronutrient distribution range. When you do 30-30-40, you are meeting every single law in the world that concerns macro and micronutrition. So you are the world's most leading concept, and we have been talking about this for 5, 7, 8 years in training, long back now. This is the most standardized, accepted thing. So when you counsel a patient or a customer or an attendant or even your relatives about nutrition, make sure they understand 30% from protein, 30% from fat, and 40% from carbohydrates. We have been lucky to visit the factory. This is the Herbalife factory, where everything is automatized, processed, everything is controlled. And the best part is, when you see on the left-hand side is the machine that packs the Formula 1 automatically. This is the tablet making machine. No human touch. Everything is automatic. So when you look at the factory, you're looking at the state of the art factory. And Lavlina and I were there, and Rajuji and Cynthia ji have also been there. We manufacture not only for one temperature zone, but for 5 distinct temperature zones. So when you look at a product made in India, it's meant for Indian environment, Indian temperature, Indian requirements, of course, to American standards. And this is the flag of India outside the Herbalife office. The top 5 countries have their flag. When we visited, we were number 5. Today, I'm proud to tell you, India is number 2 in the Herbalife world. If you and I do the work scientifically, if we look at long-term Herbalife business, India will be number one. The first flag outside the Herbalife office will be Indian tricolor. And you'll be so proud that 150 crore Indians will be proud to be represented in Herbalife world in number one. This is outside the Herbalife main headquarters where our CEO and all sit. We have spent a lot of money in developing the seed to feed concept. You can rest assured that our products are safe because they undergo multiple tests. There will be challenges in making product. It's a big company, big country. There is so much manufacturing, so much ancillary processing. So occasionally we might find a few challenges, but mostly these products are thoroughly tested. Only thing I request all of you is don't try to cure any disease. Our job is to promote the health of the healthy. We help you go from healthy to healthier. We don't treat anything. And whether you use Herbalife once a day, twice a day, thrice a day, you will always have only three effects. You will lose the fluid that you have retained, you will lose the fat that is in excess, and you will gain muscle. So our job is to cause fluid loss, fat loss, and muscle gain no matter what. And we give you the same amount of nutrition each time, each way. When you have a shake, you know you are getting 30 grams of grade 1 protein if you make 3 plus 2 plus 300 ml in full fat milk. It doesn't matter where you make it, in America, in Australia, in India, in Hyderabad or in Delhi. Each shake is 30 grams of grade 1 protein. The way you make it, like I told you, 3 plus 2 plus 300 ml. So we offer you standardized nutrition. And that is why we follow megadosage law, where no unsafe consumption limit is allowed. We follow the labeling law. We have to mention on the label who cannot take the product. The only product that had a label was fiber, where acute abdomen or when you had pain abdomen, you could not take fiber. Otherwise, all our products are safe at all ages for everybody from birth to death. So eat right, get moving, and that should be your goal this year. We are not a diet food, we are health food. Herbalife is health, 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 wellness, 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 no dieting. You can eat and drink what you like and still be in peak performance health, get 100 out of 100 on every health parameter that you can think of. This is time for you to ask questions before we bid you a happy new year. So please start asking questions. Rajuji wanted to give you more time. I think I have gone over time a little more. My apologies again.